Hello, everybody. So yesterday was the 80th anniversary of D-Day, and while the King, the Queen, and the Prince of Wales were over with the memorial celebrations, and Princess Anne and all the other royals, working royals as well, were doing things around the D-Day services and remembrance services, something dropped in the press about Harry. Apparently, the Court of Appeal has overturned the High Court's judgment, so he means he can appeal it. Now, the international protected person is in two parts. The first part, the part which I believe Harry is appealing, is that he can't use the security services, use them as kind of like a hired bodyguard, which is what he was wanting to do. So he is appealing against that decision. However, that decision to go to the High Court was made on the 23rd of May, but it was only announced during D-Day. Seems like the Harkles can't help but harkling, can they? They've always got to try and outshine or take some of the attention away from William or Catherine or the King. It's just, it's tiresome at this point. It's really like their behavior. It's just like, oh my God, what now? Why? They just kind of like, they've had this period where they've had to kind of like hold everything in, and now we're getting to a period of we're going to be getting some of their truths because they feel like they've been silenced and all that stuff. But we're going to have a look and see why they chose to announce this yesterday. Was this just general, something that was legal procedure? And how is Harry's feeling about the whole process going forward? We'll have a look with the cards. I am using the Garbage Pail Kids Tarot, which I usually use for Harry and occasionally Prince Andrew. Straight away, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse there. This dude, Harry, this is all about the money, you know? In his logic, somewhere, it's not crippling his finances just yet, but it's a cost he'd rather not be paying. It's a cost they would rather spend on other things. That Queen of Pentacles in reverse is, he seems to think that if he gets the government to say, oh, I can have paid for security, then, well, if I'm good enough to pay for it, then why can't I just have it if I'm that important? That's the logic that I feel is going on here. It's a misrepresentation. What's bothering him the most? Why did this happen yesterday? You've got the King of Cups. You've got William. William is Sun sign Cancer. King of Cups crossing over. He is bothered by his brother being out there. 10 of Swords, an ending, a betrayal. Okay. And the King of Swords is underneath that. A crooked lawyer. A crooked... Yeah, well, a dodgy judge. Allegedly. Oh, somebody at the Court of Appeal there's somebody around this energy that is a little bit dodgy. Now, the King of Swords, when it's in reverse, it's almost like criminal. It's a bad judge, a bad lawyer, a bad somebody who's disruptive in the business world. That's what's under this. Okay. The Five of... They are trying to blame, and Harry is trying to blame, with the Five of Pentacles leaving it, that they were forced out rather than they ran away, rather than they went for the better life over in California. That's what they're trying to do with the Five of Pentacles leaving the situation. The King of Swords underneath. What's the cause of this situation? Why is this happening now? It's to show that there's somebody dodgy there. The Ten of Swords is a betrayal. So I feel like this was purposely announced to kind of stick his fingers up at his father and his brother. You see, the thing about D-Day and Harry is Harry used to love being around the veterans and anything to do with the armed services. It's the whole thing about him grifters. That being said, to even announce this on the day of D-Day is a betrayal. And I don't think that betrayal has gone unnoticed. Thankfully, well, I feel like this would be bigger news if Rishi Sunak hadn't come along and basically soaked up all of the D-Day coverage by leaving early so he could go and have an interview. That man really doesn't want to be re-elected, guys. I'm just saying, he really doesn't want to be re-elected. He's sabotaging himself. He wants to go to America. I'm telling you, that dude doesn't want to be elected. Anyway, back to Harry. Ace of Wands, they're going to start something new. They're going to try and launch something new really soon, really creative. There's going to be this whole kind of ticking you off, telling you things. And for some reason, he's going to frame all of this as something to do with the Wales' children. He doesn't want any of them to go through what he's gone through if they ever leave the royal family. So he's falling on his sword for them in a way. He's going to try and spin it like that. I was wondering where the Wales kids were going to come up with Harry. They are going to try and spin it like that. He's not doing it. He's not doing it for his own family and the fact that Megsy wants to spend loads of money on beige Tupperware and chicken shampoo. No. He's doing it for his nephews and niece that he never sees, that he hasn't been around for the last 6 years to watch them grow up. You know, to be honest, I mean, Charlotte might even remember him. I mean, what's she, 9? I mean, he's been away 6 years. Charlotte might remember him from being around when she was younger. I mean, she'll know who he is, but I don't know if she'll remember him. And George might be able to remember him, but like, they're young, man. They're really young. So him sticking out going, oh, I just want to save my... Yeah, he has caused some hurt with this action. His betrayal. There's his Chariot. What's he wanting? He wants to tarnish William with something. Okay. So the first question is, this is William. He's wanting to get at William. I think he's very triggered seeing William on the world stage yesterday. They are going to try and do this whole happy families thing. Like, they're going to try and say, yes, we've done the 10 of Swords, or, oh, it's just how it came out. But look, we're really happy, guys. We're not bitter and all of these things yet. Everything else, yeah. They're going to have a go at William later this year for some reason. But I think they're going to go directly to William and Catherine. Let's have a look at this court case. Let's have a look at this. It's all tied in with like lots of different things. He thinks if he could just get this funding, this IPP status, then that security bill would be left off them. So Megsy would be, you know, kept in the style that she thinks she needs to be kept in. Let's have a look. Let's have a quick look around there. Yeah, Megsy is the real reason for this case. Angry straight away there. Queen of Wands in reverse. Knight of Wands in reverse crossing over. Oh, they've got... Look at that. Do you know that picture of her, that classic one where she's pulling that face? And she's like readjusting her veneers or something. People use it a lot for thumbnails. You'll know the one I mean. She's really angry about a lot of it. The Five of Pentacles, okay. They still want to do this poor me thing. They still want it. The big part of their case is doing this poor me thing, to be honest with you. The Tower in reverse, something bad has happened to them. Something has happened over, I think Begiera Abattoir, whatever it's called. And the Six of Pentacles with the Charity. Ooh, they really have too many irons in too many fires. They don't know what's overheating. They don't know what's cooling. They have just, yeah. A lot of this is about Megan. Megan wants the security. Eight of Cups, not being able to walk away from it. 10 of Cups in reverse. And the Moon, subconscious. They are trying desperately to reframe their issues. We've got the Six of Pentacles leaving the situation, so we know that that has just happened with the delinquency. Now, if you think back to the 23rd of May, I believe that was peak delinquency gate. So they've kind of like, they want to separate their news out a bit, if you know what I mean. The Five of Pentacles in reverse, that is, of course, the whole Megxit. Oh, look at us, we were chased away. They're going to try to heavily push that. There has been some disaster that is involving this case. Things are not as easy as it seems, but Megxit is just like, we really need to get that. The Knight of Wands crossing over in reverse and the Queen of Wands in reverse there. Megxit is just desperate, absolutely desperate to get this financial money through. They want everybody to think they're going to go really hard on the fact that they have been disjointed on and rejected from the British society. They are really going to try and play that card. I feel like that card's coming later in the year. They're going to say they emotionally can't walk away from it because it's who they are. They are really going to try putting on a sob story. What they're wanting to do, and there's the King of Swords, corrupt lawyer, corrupt. This is going to go on for a little bit longer, guys. The Empress in reverse, what they're hoping to do is take Diana's memory and put it onto Harry and Meghan. So they want to say, like, this is history repeated. It's just like my mum. yeah. So they're gonna try and say it's just the same as Diana, when it's not, because Diana continued living in Kensington Palace and refused royal protection and police protection in her final year. So there's that. There is that. Diana didn't say, "Oh, I'm off to California now. I'm going to go and live in California. Don't want any, I don't want any security." She didn't do anything like that. She didn't behave in an entitled manner. I just got to say, I feel like Diana just wanted to be free. And I feel like she knew she had this kind of stardom and glamour around her, and she wanted to use that to do some good in the world. Yeah, she was hurt. Yeah, there was a lot of hurt people in that relationship. But at the end of the day, her and Charles had healed by the time Diana passed. And she was very much, I feel like she was just really at the start of a new life, and unfortunately that life got snuffed out. And I think that's the real tragedy, not just the boys losing their mother, but Diana was just really coming into her own. I mean, she was young when she passed. She was on the world stage for all of her adult life, but she was so young when she passed. And they're trying to use that and twist it into their narrative. They're trying to use this kind of like she was just coming into her own thing. They want to try and say, "Oh, look, they're doing the same as what they did to Diana," which is rubbish. Which means like H is very conspiratorial minded, and I think he would see a conspiracy in an empty room. The King of Swords, there is going to be issues with either the judge, or there's going to be something coming up with the lawyers. They might be seeing a completely different judge. I think the Tower in reverse here, it all kind of feeds into each other. I feel like the Tower in reverse, I feel like that is more hinting towards they have problems with cash flow, self-created problems with cash flow. They've got problems with the charities. They've got problems with American Beige era abattoir. It's just like they put too many things out there, and it messes up their brand. Now, it's like Megxie has to have a bit of everything to make her whole. Like, she wants to be the best mom. Recollections may vary if there's any children. She wants to be the best cook. She wants to be the prettiest. She wants to be the geekiest. She wants to be the cleverest. She wants to be the funniest. She wants to be the she wants to be like all of these things. And it's just like, that doesn't track. Like, normal people aren't like that. Nobody is like I'm the funniest, I'm the smartest, I'm the bestest all the time. It's just a little bit forced. What worries me about this is there's a dodgy lawyer or a dodgy judge that could potentially side with the Harkles on appeal, the King of Swords in reverse. What I will do nearer the time, I will do another reading on this. when this goes back through the courts, because there's a dodgy lawyer, dodgy judge underneath it with the King of Swords in reverse, and we've got the King of Swords in reverse there. Disruptive legalities, disruptive contracts. So we shall see. Thank you so much for joining me on this reading. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I shall see you all really soon for some more. Take care of yourselves. Bye, everyone.